Welcome to Motivated Entrepreneurs. Today we're talking about secondary worrying, and this is an episode as much for me as it is for my kids. It's something that I do all the time. So what is secondary worrying? I'm pulling up my notes here. If this happens, then this will happen as well. So if A happens, then B will happen as well. But A hasn't even happened yet, but we're worrying about B. It's crazy. So for example, I'll give you oh shit. I obviously I'm very honest and stuff, but I don't really often talk about this, right? But I worry all the time about, I hate even like saying the words, it makes me feel horrible, testicular cancer, because I once read that when you have one of my balls only dropped when I was a kid. And so I had to have an operation and pull the other one down. And I read that you're twice as likely to have cancer, testicular cancer, if that's the case. And so I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna get cancer. I'm gonna get cancer, and if I get cancer, I'm gonna die. I'm like, wait a second. There's secondary worrying now. There's third worrying, and it's A hasn't happened yet, but you're worried about B and C, and that's what you do in your life. That's what I do in our life. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I listen and I learn to people. I'm like, holy shit, this is an actual thing. Secondary worrying. Look it up. There's books about it. There's podcasts about it, and we don't need to. We don't need to worry about A and B. So I, focusing on me, should not be worrying about getting cancer, having the operation and stuff, because I haven't got cancer. I mean, the amount of times I've gone to doctors and said, I've found a lump. And he's like, Dean, you're going to have to. I never go to doctors apart from this. And I pull my pants down and he starts feeling my balls. And I'm going, no. The last time, this is a year ago. No, I've definitely found one last night. Definitely found one. And he goes, right, okay, we'll take you for a scan. This is last October. We'll take you for a scan then. If you think you have, I can't find it. The balls are very healthy. And so I go, yeah, please take me for a scan. And so I go for a scan. This woman, I did a proper scan and put all the gel around my balls. And he goes, no, I don't see it. I'm like, no, I have. I felt it. And she's like, no, you haven't. I'm like, okay. And so I'm secondary worrying there. And again, it's like me and again, it's something to do with health. Maybe I need to go and get help about this. I don't know. Right. So my dad had a heart bypass. His dad had God knows how many heart attacks. My dad's brothers had stents in his heart. My dad's other brothers had a quadruple heart bypass. My dad's had a double heart bypass. And I'm thinking, shit, I'm gonna have a heart bypass. But I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I'm worrying about how I'd feel before the heart bypass. And I can't cope with it. But wait a second, it hasn't even happened yet. Your heart, you've had nothing, no indications that your heart's a problem, but you're worried about it. And so that's for me. So where is the secondary worry in your life? Let's see. I put here. If I get this, then treatment won't work, and I'll die. Claire will marry, this is another thing I think about. Claire will marry a bad man, and my kids will have a bad man to look to. That's my worst nightmare, is if me and Claire ever split up, or if something happens to me, then I can't control the male influence in their life. And for me, it's so crucial to get the correct male influences in your life. And I can just imagine Claire thinking this guy's nice, but he's not nice. And he's bringing up my kids. And I'm like, no, he's a bad man. He's not good. His morals aren't correct. He's not. He hasn't got the right minerals and the same thought processes as I want to inflict on my kids. Inflict, that's the wrong word. But I'm thinking, wait a second, a minute. You and Claire aren't even split up yet, and you're worried about her meeting a bad man and the bad man bringing up your kids. I mean, what's going on there? That's a secondary worrying. Or another secondary worrying about work. And so, yeah, I worry about work as well. I worry about, okay, I get this new site and the new site don't work. So that means that it's going to put pressure on all the other sites. Well, wait a second, we haven't even got a new site yet. And so that's secondary worrying. And basically, my point here is there's no point to have secondary worrying, because worry about A happening first. When A happens, you can worry about the next step, but you cannot worry 2 steps down the line, because A hasn't happened yet. So you damn sure can't worry about B. If A has happened, then you can't worry about C. It's called secondary worrying, my friends. And we all do it in some way, shape or form. But before this, I've never known there's been a name to it. So be careful about secondary worrying. I need to sort myself out clearly. And yeah, all right. Love you. Appreciate you. Bye.